7, 6, 5, 4. We run for main engine start. We have...
Silly Billy Billy's a million miles away. When I had a little mind that I needed him to say, but I don't now. Cause I'm mom and dad, I'm a grown-up boy. Saving all my money, gonna buy myself a new toy. Took a jet to the bottom of the visionary mind, where I'm making up the words to a song that doesn't rhyme. If you can't see me, then you better leave a note. Wait, scratch that, cause I'm never gonna be at home. Home, such a funny little thought. Everybody thinks now that I ought to rock. Not true, if you know what's best for you. Shut my eyes down now, can I get a deep blue? Sipping 7 up like a full-grown man. Even got a beard now, got a different so grand. On a counterfeited land in the middle of my palm, and I can't admit I don't belong. Gotta jump now, it's almost 75 degrees. If you're looking at the wing, I bet you feel the breeze. Got enough sun now to make the skin wanna dive. Outside one time, let's fly, high rise. Got an itty-bitty care on the itty-bitty earth. If you don't know what to wear, then you don't know what it's worth. If you don't know what it's worth, then you don't know what you're missing. Everybody in the right mind gonna wish in. Okay, here we go.
Don't waste your time away in life. It's worth the wait. Never too late.
And I'm walking, I'm talking, I'm on the phone. Not nobody to talk to, I'm on my own. I can blast this music louder now. Walk prouder now, I'm allowed to now. Go fresh lemonade in a green glass ice. Got a pair of blue shades, David F says nice. When I'm a long ways away from the home that I used to know. I can go where no one ever would have dreamed to go. Boom bang, and I got the right away. No point in telling me I'm wasting time today. You lose change if you know the things I know. Every little bit of it I hit when I'm not at home. Home, such a funny little thought. Everybody thinks now that I ought to rock. Not true if you know what's best for you. Shut my eyes down now, can I get a deep blue?
Don't waste your time away in life. It's worth the wait. Never too late. Don't waste your time away in life. It's worth the wait. Never too late. Don't waste your time. Don't waste your time.
All right, guys. All right. I want to check one thing while I'm did I get to do perfect? Okay, I did what I wanted to do. Needless to say, guys, I got this little thing plugged into Betaflight last night. This is the CL35, also known as the Cinelog 35. You're gonna hear, guys. You're probably gonna hear the printer. It's like right next to the mic. Sorry, it is what it is. But needless to say, finally got this thing configured through Betaflight last night. I struggled with getting the new, most recent updated Betaflight. For whatever reason, it was just the biggest pain in the butt. But needless to say, I went ahead and got that. I went ahead and got it installed onto the computer and got it in there. And no, I did not flash, or what is it? I did not update the receiver in this. I'm one of those ones that if it's not broke, I ain't gonna fix it. That's just how it is. But needless to say, I got everything done. Got the motors. Went ahead and got the motors turning in the right direction, and I struggled because the electronics that I put in here. I struggled when I was trying to fly it earlier today, and what I noticed was, because I took these electronics off of the diatone Taycan, which is it's a little bit bigger. Here's a couple of the ducts for the Taycan. These are for the diatone Taycan, and it's roughly the same size, a little smaller, because the diatone Taycan takes 3-inch propellers. The CL35 or the Cinelog 35, it takes 3.5-inch propellers. So it is just a little bit longer. I'm going to line up the nose. What is this going to be? Motor number 3 and motor number 4. Pinch those together, and you guys can see that it's a little bit different, or a little bit different in size. As far as the carbon fiber that goes on the top, same diameter. Carbon fiber that goes on the bottom to sandwich these two pieces together, same diameter. So I'm really not, how could I say it? It doesn't weigh more. It actually weighs less. 1, because of the padding. 2, because of the plastic ducts. There's a little bit of weight in here, extra weight in here, because of, you guys can see the wires for the LEDs. What else is this thing? This has that the Taycan does not have, or vice versa. And the long body. That's, that it is what it is. The Taycan was very wide as well, as opposed to the CL35 is not as wide as the Diatone Taycan. So I had to make some adjustments on in the PID tab, and I just reset everything back to its default state. Flew it around inside today. It was snowing today. Booster, what's going on, bud? Booster, why ain't you streaming? Usually you're on liftoff right about now. But hey, thanks for coming in though, needless to say. But yeah, this little CL35, it's nice. I am not used to flying it in my house. I'm not used to flying anything in the house. So I did struggle. I could throw the video in here and show you guys how bad I struggled, but part of my struggle was after the first time I crashed, I did not realize it, but my the HD camera, this is the Caddx Vista system, the HD camera ended up aiming down towards the ground. It is not a solid mount in here, just because it's mounted in the TPU, and I don't have any washers that will go into there. So I am gonna, as soon as the GoPro mount is done, I'm gonna print up something as far as a mount for the HD camera for it to be more secure. So, but needless to say, I mean, I liked how it flew. My throttle was really low as far as where it had to be to keep this thing into the air. We are gonna fly it. Let's change camera angles here. That way you guys can see what's going on. Let's see. Do we want this one? No. Let's go to a better one. Here we go. All right. Now we got a top view of this thing, and this is how it's looking. Basically, I don't even know what props these are that are on here, and I can kind of give you guys a breakdown as to what is actually on this thing. So, the props that I have on here, they're ducted 90mm by 3. They're 3.5 inch, and it don't give any other dimensions besides that. These have the little adapter for the T-nut screws. I was trying to run some other Zing motors that were on here, but the Zing motors were a lot smaller than these are. GEP RC calls for a 2004 as for size, a pancake style. So it's really thin, so you're not hitting the ground like my other ones were. But I chose to take the motors, all of the electronics out of my Cinelog 35, and I went ahead and put them in here, or excuse me, I took them out of my Diatone Taycan and put them in here, and I was very happy with the way that it flew. Aside from the lack of experience of flying inside the house. So I have 16.0. Here's one of the old motors that I had in the Diatone. These are 1606 3750 kV motors. So that's what I'm running. So I'm from a 2004 to a 1606. That's the difference in the motor size that I'm running in this. Like I said, it's got the D90 props. I love those. I want to say the Gem Fan 5-blade or 6-blade, but they don't have a 3.5 inch version that I'm aware of. So, but other than that, the inside is running a Mamba stack. It's a 45 amp, 20 by 20. It is a Mamba F405 Mini MK3, and it's either a 35 or a 45 amp 4-in-1 ESC. Gep RC is putting it's a Gep RC flight controller. It's an F22, if I'm not mistaken, or a F722. The motors that I have in here, these are Mamba Tokas, T-O-K-A. See if I can get it. I don't have my zoom on or the focus on with the with my cameras because they keep popping in and out. So I'm trying to. You can kind of see it there. Minus. There we go. Let me hide some of the lighting. Give it a little bit more T-O-K-A. But needless to say, I'll probably add this into the description, talking, kind of saying, hey, this is what I have in here. But it's a Mamba. Is it anything other than Mamba? Yeah, just M-A-M-B-A. Mamba Toka 1606 3750 kV motors. So I'm not gonna fly this thing with the I'm not gonna fly it with the camera. I don't have a lot of space, even though I did gain a lot of space. I went from the 8x10 that I was in before, and now I am in a, let's see here, I am in a 10x24. So, are you on the GemFan Discord? No, I'm not. Actually, Booster, I am not in any of the Discords. So, like I said, I'm not going to fly this with the goggles on. Like I said, it's a CADX Vista system. So what I am going to do is I am going to plug in the goggles to record what's going on. And that way I can take the SD card out, stick it in the reader. I could plug that into here just so we could see if there's any jello, any shaking around. I wish it was a little cleaner in here. I can't really fly it around and around and around, but I will fly it around in here, like I said, just to see if we can get any vibrations or anything as such. So,
Okay, Daddy. Have fun.
got that plugged or turned on. When I do this, I'm gonna have to do it kind of quick because the CADX Vista, because of the limited amount of room in here, I have a CADX Vista and a what is it? What did I say? It was an F405. I think it was an F405 Mini MK3 that's in here. So I have a actual stack and a CADX Vista in between the battery. I don't know if you guys can see it or not, but it's jammed in there in between the battery and that absolute bottom plate. And guys, like I mentioned last night, to access your electronics in this thing is a pain in the... I'm not going to say it, but I think you know where I'm going with that. Oh, by the way, the Vista that is in here, it is also... it's been declothed. It has 0 clothing on. No, Booster, I get so busy and I have all these projects. I'm actually going to share one of the other projects. I'll kind of... that's one of the projects. You guys are going to see the rest of that here in a little bit. But I get so busy with, life, work, between work, coming home, being, a full-time employee. I build websites on the side. I got my kids, and as soon as they go to bed, I kind of, I got some alone time with just my wife and I, just to kind of, hey, how's things been going? And yeah, that's about it. So, let's see here. The goggles are on. I don't think I'm recording yet. No, it's not. It can't record yet because I don't have it plugged in. So I'm gonna get this thing plugged in. I'm gonna go back to the main view, guys. If you have a Amazon Echo Dot, go ahead and turn that down for just a second, and you'll see why while I switch cameras here. Alexa, turn office lights to white.
Okay.
Alrighty, Alexa, volume 2. Alrighty, we are going to turn this thing on. And the first thing I'm going to do is as soon as I see video, I'm going to hit record. Because I don't fully have it set up. I have to switch the my TX and RX, but it is not something I am going to do anytime soon. I am not going to do it because, like I said, it is a pain in the butt. In order to access the electronics in here, hold on. While I sit here and mention this, because this is a very important factor. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to take this little fan here. It's a 70 millimeter or 72 millimeter computer fan, and 4S LiPo. Yeah, the fan's been modified a little bit. There we go. All right, I'm just using this to blow some air on the electronics for a brief second, but I do want to talk about this. I do want to mention this. The reason why I'm not gonna have this hooked up the right way, it's hooked up, but I forgot to put my TX to RX and then RX to TX. I messed up and put RX to RX, TX to TX. I messed up on that, but because I'm not going to switch them because it is such a pain in the butt. It is legitimately a pain in the butt. The propeller's got to come off. The motors have to, like, legitimately... Let's go back here. Camera. There we go. I hit the wrong button. Alright, here we go. Alright. Like, legitimately, the propellers have to come off. All 16 motor screws are going to have to come out of here before you can... Let's see here. Wait, hold on. Let me start over. Propeller screws have to come off. So that's 2, 4, 6, 8 screws. 16 motor screws have to come out. 4 frame screws have to come out. So you got one up here. So that's 1, 2, 3, and 4, as I described last night in my video. It's kind of a baseball diamond style mounting. And once those are all out, then you can actually access your electronics. The way that I've done mine is I have long screws that come all the way up from the lower plate, from the bottom plate, from down here. Let me just do this. There. That way I don't have to... Okay. Is it gonna still make me... Is it still recording?
Telemetry lost.
Nope, it stopped. Okay. I don't think I've ever done that before. But... the way that I had mounted mine, I went ahead and put in long screws from the bottom, from the very bottom little plate down here. They go all the way through. This is a 20 millimeter pattern. You're going to understand why in a second. This bolt pattern down here is a 20 millimeter, so it easily accommodates your HD unit. So they go all the way through the 4-in-1 ESC, and then the flight controller is on top of that. So, right now, I just don't want to take off all, what was that, 2, 4, 6, 8, 16, that's 24, 28 screws just to access a TX and a RX. No. Not in the mood for that right now. So, until then, I'll just manually press the... record on whatever that is. Record on, I'll just manually start recording. Hopefully I remember. So let's get this plugged back in. Let's look in the goggles, make sure we got a video feed here. I'm trying to see over on the side, make sure I'm going to start recording. Alright, it's recording, so now we can at least see what this is going to look like in the air. You guys will be able to hear it as well. So let's get it on the floor. I'm going to put it in horizon mode right off the bat. Actually, I'm going to turn around and have it at least face you guys. as can be. It's steady as can be. So, you know, and I can't complain about that at all. So, but needless to say, I mean, it was a pain in the butt. It took a little bit longer to get this thing together than I thought it was gonna. Come on, there we go. Just because there were some minor setbacks. I tried doing a TPU mount. Oh, you know what? Let me check. Hold on. My God, they feel like I just brought them in from outside. They're still like cold, which could be a good thing. Alrighty, and that was on a, what is it? Owline 850 4S. And guys, this thing is actually capable of running a full size, unstripped Hero 10. So right now I'm gonna put on a 1550. Let me put it this way just for the sake of the battery leads and everything. But I'm gonna put on a 3.5-inch quad. I'm gonna put a 1550 and plug it back in. Turn the transmitter back on.
Okay, Daddy. Have fun.
I'm not gonna worry about the
Switch warning.
Yeah, I know. Because I had it in Horizon mode. Alrighty. Alright, we're running a 1550 on this thing now. Is it back? Yep, back in Horizon mode. Alright. I have not ran it with a 1550 yet, so we're going to give this a try. I couldn't tell which way was which for that split second. And yeah, it landed right in my tote drawer. But I mean, it's with a 1550, that says a lot. A 1550, that's a lot of weight. Booster, it actually, if you buy the frame by itself, it's actually going to come with an XT30. I don't know if you guys can see that, probably not. Inside the packaging here, inside of the bag. I mean, it's some small gauge. I'm not exactly, I don't even know if I could read. I don't even know if I could read what gauge wire, the frame itself. I bought just the frame. Oh, let me unplug this. I bought just the frame itself, 20 gauge. Or is it 20?
Telemetry lost.
No. I cannot read what gauge it is. Maybe 16? Maybe it's a 16 gauge? Yes, 16 AWG. I had to peel back some of it a little bit. And on obviously you can see it actually has a capacitor built onto it already. I don't even have a capacitor on this, you know, because I run everything I have is all Cadex Vistas. And I mean, I have no issues with it whatsoever. So now we're going to we're going to see if we have any jello in here. You guys can help be the judge of that. Oh, I don't even know. The funny thing is, I pulled this out of my pile of batteries that need charged. Put some LEDs on it. I don't want to talk about LEDs. Booster, I've already looked all over this thing. I have ideas. There's guys, you know me and this EL wire. You know how I am about this stuff. Let's just say that one of my projects actually involves EL wire and polycarbonate. So let's get this plugged in. I'm gonna have to do a screen share here in a second. Modified 2.5. Alright, let's see if I have a screen capture. Alright, where the heck did it go? Oh, right there. Okay. Alright, now let's see. I can't see the screen right now. All I can see is, I'm just looking at the video itself. The video is actually in full screen, just so I can see how it looks. I mean, I see a little shaking, a little wobble. I mean, I do see some. But I mean, hey, now you guys get to see what one of my other projects was. You know, this 10 by 24 that I'm in. There's the workbench area. But yeah, I mean, as for what I'm seeing in the video here, and I'm hoping it's full screen for you guys, so you guys can see. So you guys can see exactly what I was wanting, what I want you guys to see, I guess you could say. So that's number one. I'm adjusting my lights while we're watching that real quick. Alright, I see it just turned off. Let me go back there. Where's number 3? Office light number 3. Alright, perfect. There. Alright, let's exit out of this. Alright, let's go back into here. So, I mean, it wasn't, you know, it's not bad. It's not like it was horrible. Yeah, it does not take a lot of power to push this thing at all. How can I say it? I've watched Justin Davis from Drone Camps. I have watched him full-blown freestyle with this thing. You know, took it out as if he was flying his 5-inch or maybe even a 4-inch, and just had a absolute blast with this thing. This battery's not even charged. I can't believe I put a dead battery on there, and I still was able to fly it around. Or not that, it wasn't that one, it was this one here. But yeah, it's in a pile of batteries that are just in storage mode sitting right here. Let's turn off the transmitter. Come on. But yeah, that's it. That thing, I mean, it flies, and I'm really happy with it. I'm glad it, you know, flies the way it does. It could probably use a little tuning. I've never tuned a quad before. I have never. I mean, that's just something that I've never done. I'm gonna stick this underneath it so you get more of a straight-on angle of a top view of it there. But I've never tuned a quad. So right now I am currently learning. What program is that? Fusion 360. So I'm working on, and I know that there's some parts that are on Thingiverse, but they're, as far as this frame, because everybody is buying the. They're getting, everybody that's purchasing one of these CL35 frames, they're buying the bind and fly or the plug and plays. No one is buying the actual frame itself. I think I was like the 5th person to buy this thing. I don't know. You have to buy this directly from GEP RC. they're not, how could I say it? They are not, Get FPV don't have it, and I think Get FPV is the only one that deals with any of this stuff here. Or no, excuse me, not Get FPV, Gep RC. I can't find the frame anywhere else other than on Gep RC. But you can buy the Cinelog 35, you can buy the 30, you can buy the 25, all from Get FPV if I'm not mistaken. But you're buying a fully assembled, fully built, pre-tuned. I use Betaflight, but I mean everything's pre-tuned, ready to go. You put your receiver in it, or you bind your receiver to your transmitter and stick a battery on it and go. I mean it's already done. But I mean it's for where I'm going to be flying this and what I'm going to be trying to do with it. It's going to be perfect. This thing is it's borderline. The way that they describe this, it is borderline efficient as far as you get long battery life out of it, and you could still put a big battery on it. I mean they're putting an 1100 mAh 4S battery with a full size GoPro. I mean, to me that's just like, what the fuck. But yeah, it's, I can't believe it. And one of these days when I do fly it, I will wear a chesty. I'll probably wear the chesty just so you guys can see the throttle positioning. And I'll share with you guys the not the PIDs that I'm using, but it's they're just the default, whatever the default is that I'm flying with. But my throttle is, I mean, let me get back. Well, here, I'll do it this way, because then I can just put this thing back on. Obviously my throttle is all the way down right now. I'll try and angle it towards more straight on the way that I have the camera mounted. But I mean, literally, I'm around just under half to halfway, just sitting here hovering right now. But like I said, they're getting these longer flight times with that 1100 mAh 4S and a full-size Hero 10, a GoPro 10, unstripped. And they're still getting decent time out of it, but they have the 2004 motors. Same propellers. I don't think the electronics, as far as your flight controller and your ESC, is going to play a factor in how long your flight time is going to be, aside from a full size that's a little bit heavier than a 20 or a mini or any, you know what I mean? Granted, I'm running a stack in mine. They are using a all-in-one F722 40 amp, which is weird because, like when I say weird, they're mounting it up top, here, over here, and over here. This is a 26.5 mounting pattern, 26.5 millimeter mounting pattern from 1, 2, 3, and 4. It's over here on the other side of the battery strap. Well, I guess I can do it this way. Now you can see 1, 2, 3, and 4. 26.5. I don't have anything that size. I did try to print some, I guess you could say some adapters. What are they, like a 26.5 to, where are they at? Right there. I did try printing some of these here to get it to accommodate. I have two different styles. I got these ones here, so this one here basically just keeps it at that standard. Everything's 90 degrees, for the motor length and everything, and it's, I did what I could, and now I'm dealing with extra screws, so now I got to mount it from the top down, and then the end of those screws were hitting the what do you call that? They were hitting the HD system, the Cadex Vista. We don't want that. So it was just a pain in the ass. So I just basically took some long screws. I couldn't find the right length, so I got some that were a little bit longer. Put a couple of screws on them, cut the tips off, and then back the screws off of them, or the nuts off of them, and then it was perfect. Everything just rides right through. I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see it or not. but you might see some green TPU down in there. You can kind of see it right in here. I'm trying to angle it back. But there's some green TPU that's in there. There's some 4mm, there's 5mm, and 6mm just to help separate everything and keep everything. And I think a 2mm. So there's a 2, a 6, and a 4, plus the gummies from the actual stack. So, but yeah, like I said, I'm printing out right now. I am printing a GoPro mount that'll go on top of here, and after that, then I have to design something a little bit different as far as a HD camera mount. So I don't want to adjust the PIDs until I put a GoPro on here. That way the GoPro will add the weight of the, for the, your, what do you call this? Your, those big gummies that are on there. You guys can see them squishing around. That might help take some of the jello out. I don't know. So, for the 3 of you guys that are still in here, and anybody that watches this thereafter, where did I put that box? You guys want to see one of the other projects? Yeah, you can almost see it, can't you? Alright, here we go. Let's just put it on the table. You guys can see it. What do you guys think of this? This is a QAV R2 slammed version. QAV R2 slammed. I do not. I'm gonna hear somebody say something about, hey, the motors aren't even soldered up. Don't worry, I got I got the tweezers right here, soldering iron. There's the soldering paste flux or whatever, and I got the solder, I guess. But yeah, this is the QAV R2 slammed version. Guys, this thing here, let me, well, I'll just leave it the way it is. Screw it. That way you guys can see it. Let me tell you about the headache from this thing here. I acquired this after the Halloween contest. During the Halloween contest, Get FPV wanted to do a giveaway. They wanted to do a, I appreciate that, Booster. They wanted to do a Halloween dress your drone up, scary quad kind of thing or whatever. They held a contest. Somebody went ahead and they're smart about it. It was very ingenious. They created a hyperlink that directly went to their heart. So you click on the link and it, nope, it's actually this one here is a 6-inch Booster. You clicked on that link and it was as if you were already on the website and you gave them a heart. And I found it on Facebook. They had shared it, and I'm not going to say who it was, but I found it, and you couldn't even vote. The whole voting poll was completely locked up. Reached out to Get FPV, spoke to a couple individuals over there, let them know what was going on. They did some investigating, and pollunit.com, whatever it was, needless to say, the website could not even, God, that looks weird now. The website could not even, they couldn't even fix it to allow the voting to continue to keep going. They couldn't do it. It would not let them back in. So Get FPV had to think of something fast, so they decided, okay, we're just gonna use social media. That way people can type their vote, and that's it. All of my GoPros, or actually I shouldn't say all of them, I only have 2 of them. They are 6s, Hero 6s, Hero 6 Blacks. That's what I'm running, just the Hero 6 Black. So they started doing it that way, and I'm not one that's always on social media. I'm not. So luckily, someone in the group, and in one of the groups, they had shared it, and I seen, oh, they're doing it, you know. So I went on there to see if mine was on there, and it was. So, you know, so what do? I share it on my Facebook page. And guys, on my Facebook page, I only have like family and really close friends. You know, so you know how many people get to see that is very limited. Had no idea it was actually running over on Instagram as well. Had zero idea that the voting was going to be combined between Instagram and Facebook. So it was quite a, you know, like, hey, you know, start reaching out, messaging them, you know. Is the voting coming from both? Is it Instagram has its own voting system and then Facebook has its own voting system? Is it a combined? I mean, what's the deal here? No one could get back with me. Until like the day before. And by the time they had gotten back with me, somebody else won, but on the iPhone. I mean, I don't know if Android could do this or not. But I screen recorded. I went over to Instagram and I found the vote. I found the post. And then screen recorded all the comments. And I seen the winner's name a couple of times, and that was about it. So then I went to Facebook and started screen recording those. And me and another, you know, community member, you know, through Optimized Drone or Hellfire FPV, you know, through these groups that we're in on Facebook, me and him were in a tight running. So needless to say, this other guy won, and so they realized that, yeah, you know what, we screwed up. Thank you for pointing this out. We're gonna send you a $50 e-gift card. I told him, I said, look, save the extra money and just send me a frame. To keep their books right, that's how I acquired this. They sent me the e-gift card. I went ahead and purchased the frame because that's all I wanted. It was just the frame. Got the frame. And upon receiving the frame, I had posted a couple places, you know, the nose, you know, hey, does this look right? Where the upper plate was narrower than the upper plate was narrower than the bottom plate. So I'm thinking, okay, something's wrong with the top plate. So I went ahead and got out the drill and got some metal pieces and kind of, you know, used a, what would you call that? I used a drill press and, you know, drilled everything out, put some long screws through it or whatever, and then I started milling out the upper plate to make it fit the correct way. But it still wasn't right, you know. It's you know, this is how it was shipped to me in the actual QAV box. So I reached out to them again. They got me in touch with a couple of other people, and through a long chain of me ordering a bunch of replacement top plates, none of them fit. None of the top plates matched the bottom plate that came in the box. Well, it turns out that the bottom plate that was in the box was not the correct one. I thought that it might have been the top plate that wasn't correct. Needless to say, it was the bottom plate. They were putting the wrong bottom plate in the QAV R2 slammed version. The slammed version is a little narrower. And what caught my eye is the simple fact that the slammed version, I'm going to turn this sideways, it does not have camera mounts on the sides. The slammed version is 100% analog camera mounting. Oh, I got a little far away from it. I'm not used to that yet. But you got to use a little standoff TPU prints to mount your camera. That's how I started figuring this out. Well, my version of the QAV bottom plate that was incorrect, it had slots in the bottom for that side plate to sit in. But in the QAV pictures, the pictures of the right one, it did not have the slots. So I started getting a bunch of bottom plates. and started piecing everything together. And the reason why Get FPV could not find the bottom plate is because Get FPV has lower plates, they have upper plates for this QAV, but for the one that I wanted, it was actually titled as a main plate. So then I bought some main plates. Needless to say, all of these upper plates that I purchased, all of the lower plates that I purchased, and the main plates were refunded. But it got squared away because other people were having the same issue, and Get FPV was confused about it. Like, hey, it came out of the box and it don't work. What? So, needless to say, I helped them figure that out. But I wanted to do something special for them, and I went ahead and I custom ordered some hydro dip. Guys, you know I love hydro dipping all of my frames. I mean, obviously, you seen my transmitter just a little while ago. You know, a complete hydro dip. You know, let me get it better. There we go. You know, and you know, we gotta have our stuff match. So I went ahead and did my goggles as well, and you know, so I think I'm experienced. Oh, I'm going the wrong way. I think I'm experienced when it comes to hydro dipping and making things match, because even though I had my transmitter and my goggle, whatever those parts are, that's the Crystal HD. I even went to the extent of matching up a strap. So, but needless to say, I wanted to hydro dip this pattern on top of the frame with a white base coat, so everything would have been hydro dipped. It didn't happen. Didn't work. I tried every base coat that I could find, and it was like filling up a bucket of water and putting oil in the top of it and dropping a drop of dish soap at the top, and it just the oil just away from that little drop of dish soap. Needless to say, I reached out to a local auto body shop, and they painted 4 arms and an upper plate with the 5 different paints that they have as far as to use for a base coat, to see which one of the base coats would work, and not one of them worked. I would have had to have bought in such a large quantity from Liquid Concepts. They deal with, it's all hydro dipping patterns galore. But because of what I was using, because it was just a black lettering, as soon as I dipped the part into the water, guys, it just you could just look through the clear tote, the side of the clear tote, and the film was just pushing away from it, like it was still having some kind of a negative chemical reaction. But needless to say, reached out to a local company. Where am I putting this? I didn't want to move that. Oh yeah, I did, just for a second. I reached out to a local company, because we all should shop local to support our community. And this was a lot longer when I got it. So I went ahead and got this. I brought the wife's blow dryer out here. Rigged it up with some bungee cords and whatnot, so I had the blow dryer was stable, and it was blowing in one direction where I could take the individual pieces and do what you guys see now. So the whole thing's wrapped except for the bottom. That would have just been too big of a pain in the butt. But I don't know. I never did white prints on anything, and I need to redo them before I do some video and whatnot and send it to Get FPV for them to use it however they want. But during the process of trying to hydro dip it, I said screw it. I'm just spray painting it, and in the course of spray painting it, you guys can see I got some of the purple right here, or the pink right here up in the on the actual camera mount itself. Where else did I get some purple? Over here on the side, there's a little bit of purple there. The part of the mounting nuts, there's purple there, so I'm just going to take some white some white paint and just dab on there with like a Q-tip or something. I am going to, let's see here so you guys can read it. I think it's going to be this way. I am going to reprint the camera mount that I custom made. I'm going to go ahead and reprint that. I'm just waiting for some black TPU to come in. Right now this is PLA, so I'm being extremely cautious on flying it, which, guys, it's sickening. This is what the bottom looks like. It's just like a lime green. So it's coming at you. This is what you're seeing as it's leaving. That's what it looks like. White LEDs at the bottom. So, but guys, this is a, like I said, this is a 6-inch QAV R2 slammed version. I am running an Ovonic 1600 mAh on this. I don't remember what stack I'm using. Obviously, you guys can see the Cadex Vista HD system in the back. Well, maybe you can't. There you go. Now you can. But since I have dipped it and put it all back, or excuse me, since I have wrapped it and put everything back together, I haven't even resoldered the LEDs back on here yet. Or not the LEDs, the motor wires. I haven't even resoldered them back on here. Booster, I love the LEDs. I like them. If you guys, let me get it real close here, as close as I can while it stays in somewhat focus, and try and, there we go. All right. If you look, my motor wires are at the actual bottom. That way it does not interrupt what the top looks like. You see no motor wire at the top at all. So I went ahead and custom made the motor protectors. Obviously you can see the motor wire comes out the outside, and then runs underneath. And I'm going to try and do this to where you guys, I'm going to use motor number 4 here. You guys, I'm going to try and angle it to where you guys can kind of see in there. Yep, there's the motor wire. You guys can see it in this screw hole here. And it just runs through. It's soldered really close to the end of the motor wire, or the motor protector. That way it keeps the LEDs as far out as possible. And I think this is what they're calling E6000. I think that's what it is, E6000. Glued down here. I just used a small, like, alligator clamp. Put the glue on it. Alligator clamp, had it ready, squeezed it down, let it sit overnight, and then the next day down here, let me see, here's a pointer. You guys can still kind of see a little bit how it looks all gnarly and junk right here. Ooh, I just found a is that the right size? Nope. Let's see, it might be the right size. Hold on. I just, like, literally, I just found a screw that was not tightened down. How I missed that when I was putting... Oh, here's another one. Oh, I know why it wasn't tightened down. It was not tightened down because when I put it back together. So I had two screws in the arms that weren't all the way tightened. There we go. Let's check this one here. Might as well just check all. Yeah, this one's even still a little loose too. Might as well check the other one. And I'm trying to figure out why those weren't. Oh, I didn't tighten them down yet because I wanted the wrap to get a nice good seat and adhesion before I tightened everything down. That's what it was. Alright, let's check this one. That's pretty snug. Last one. Well, that one there was even still loose. Alright. There. We got all that fixed now. Wasn't planning on that, but needless to say. But yeah, E6000. Just to try and keep everything as, uniformed as possible. It's yeah, and that's what we came out with. So tonight I will be soldering the motor wires back onto here. I even made some custom little like double layer gummies that are right in here. Even down at the very bottom, just to add a little bit of space in the flight from in between the frame itself and the 4-in-1 ESC. There's a little white cap with a hole in the middle that the M3 screw slides through, and that's just to create a little bit of an additional spacer. So, and even in the back for the Vista, can I turn it just right there? Okay, you guys can see one of the little white TPU caps there, another white TPU cap back over here. They're just there to help, elevate it a little bit off of the frame itself. And then this thing, like I said, this thing here, the front is going to be reprinted. The same look. It's going to be the black on the bottom and then the white on top. But this is more or less of an appreciation build to Get FPV, to say thank you. Everything that is in this thing is from Get FPV. The motors, these are the 3BR. I think it's 3BR. Let me. Oh, and this was another thing, like how I was talking about issues. Alright guys, look. I got 4 of these still in the box. Oh, not still in the box. 4 of the containers for the motor wires. Alright, now if you look at the other camera in the upper right hand corner, here's two in my hand. When 3BR, I think it's 3BR. Let me read it again. Yeah, no, excuse me, 3B Hobby. When 3B Hobby sent these 2207s, 2650 kV motors to Get FPV, they did not let them know that they had, you guys can see it, silver. They did not let them know, or they didn't, they didn't let them know that they sent silver, because I ordered purple. So when I got these, I had half of them were purple, the other half was silver. And then when I called support, shipping support or whatever it was, sales support, to let them know of the issue, they said, okay, well, here's what we're going to do. We're going to send you out a couple more motors. Maybe you just somehow, some way got a silver one in the mix of them. They never opened them up. They never opened them up to see what they sent me. And when they sent me the other 2 motors, one was purple, one was silver. So I said, screw it. I'm done dealing with it. I'm not going to have 3 purple ones and a silver one on this thing. I just put the purples here and here and left the silvers here and here. Yeah, so let's see here. What? Sister. I don't even know what the hell he's trying to say. I don't even know what he's trying to say. Let's see. Can I just remove the comment? Yeah, there we go. Sorry, Pumpkin. Would it have let me do it on here? No, it wouldn't let me. Alright, anyways. But yeah, guys, this was one of my 4 projects that I had going on. One of them, let's go back to the single camera. 1 cam. Alright. Sorry. One of them was this 10 by 24. Guys, I got 10 foot in here, 24 foot that way. Obviously, you could see I still got... Where's the ladder? It's over here. Obviously, you can see I still got the ladder in here. I still got some things going on right now. I'm working on some lighting and stuff that's in here. Obviously, you guys seen that I had the Alexa system in here. And You know, so it's going to be a smart office. It's going to be a smart room. TVs in here, couches in here, so I'll be able to just go over there, sit down, chill out, watch some movies, or watch TV, or this summer when if the kids are outside playing, they want to come inside and cool off and watch TV while they cool off. There you go. While I could still be right here. Cameras inside, cameras outside. That way I can see what they're doing while they're outside. And I can see anything that's going on inside here that shouldn't be going on inside of here from anywhere. What else? Smart lights. I mean, it is what it is. I got plans for this desk. Guys, this desk that I have right here, or this workbench, did I rebuild? Give me, Booster, elaborate on, did I rebuild? Yeah, I don't mind a bot being in here. I don't mind a bot at all. You guys can obviously see this workbench here is a OSB. I believe this is what this material is. I grabbed some over here on the side, over here on, why is that camera pointing the wrong way? I just now noticed that. Now see if I point over here, yeah, that's weird. Anyways, let's see here, left. Oh, I just now noticed something. My camera is opposite. So if I look this way, I never even noticed that. I never even noticed that my camera, let me see here, left side. Now see, that's right. Why is that? Let me go to a single cam. Okay. Let me look at me. Okay, yeah, see, this is opposite. Why is that? Configure video. I never noticed that. Camera control, default tilt pan, exposure, zoom, focus. I don't think I ever realized that. Transform, flip horizontal, or flip vertical. Let me see what this does. Ah! That's definitely not what I meant to do. Vertical. Do it again. Transform. Oh, I centered it. Vertical. Okay. Flip vertical again. Alright, that's a little better. Now I see what I got to do. I got to flip it horizontal. And that should put that heater on my right side. That's a lot better. Okay. Now see, to me that makes sense. Because if I go to point something over here, I know it's going to be over there. Now let's see if it actually changed that in this. No, it did not. Right side. No, it did not. I wonder why it did that. Desk view, media source, animated background, video capture device. Alright, but at least now I know this has got to be flipped horizontal. There we go. Alright, that's better. That's better. Why that was going to bother me, I have no fucking clue. Ah! Another one. Alright. Alright, let's see here. Video capture device. That's you. Alright. Yeah, I'm noticing on that view there, it's the same way. So, yeah, we're doing this all live while we're in here. Okay. That's going to be the last one I'm going to do. But yeah, so I don't remember what the stack is. I know that I want to say that it's a Big Mamba. I want to say it's a Big Mamba stack because, guys, I really like the Mamba stacks. I have no issues with them whatsoever. And there's so many out there. Typically I try to go with what's affordable. At the same time, I try to go with what I need. So what I need, I think I balance it out. What do I need versus what I can afford? Let's see here. So, but I know it's a big one. I want to say it's like a 50 amp that's in there, and these are 2207s running at 2650 kV. The props that are on here, these are the bubblegum props, and I can't figure out what the pitch is. But let me tell you, the sound that these things make is stupid. Bear with me for just a second here. YOUTUBE. We're taking a journey onto YouTube, going to my channel, and if I'm not mistaken, I did post library. My videos. Come on, computer. I'm trying to see now. My first 6-inch quad. I did post it in here. What is that one there? What's the big? Okay. I am going to click